Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazly Iman bin Shamsul Fansuri and I'm from Section 8, Group Early Giggle. This is my final presentation slide, and also I will demonstrate my final prototype for this project. So this project I propose a new system, which is the previous system is uh, Technocom. So this is the overview of the project. So in this project is application job form project, which is you apply something, you apply a form for you to go for you to be accepted in a company. So that's like it. So recruitment and administration has been one of the most fundamental functionalities to perform by HR, human resource. So however, HR also become more exposed to work, which is they increase a lot of population in job seekers. Civilians, and also workers, employee. So and now it includes the a lot of tasks, and also uh, an outgoing of automation, and also digitalization. So therefore, recruitment system is proposed to replace a Technocom, which is the previous system, into a new one, which is called a E-Recruitment System. So in this project, and this is the overall DFD physical, the overall physical DFD2B system. So the first one is applicant, and the next one, this is the big entity, and also this is the module. So the first module is application submission, next to the employee, and then go back to uh, move on to document application verification, so that it can be shortlisted, and also went to the interview by the applicant, and also the interview arrangement, next to the interview evaluation, and also applicant to be accepted, which is they receive a job offer, and also being accepted to become as an employee. So my module is the number three, the interview arrangement. So moving on next to the individual module three, which is my interview arrangement chart diagram. So this is the chart diagram for module three, which is the interview arrangement. As we can see, interview start off with the interview, and then the arrow the arrow shows to the next process, which is it shows the shortlisted detail into the set date and time, and then uh, there's a two option interview information, which is ongoing. This is the ongoing one, and the next one is the interview information for the timetable, which is they can see their timetable for their interview session, and then they pass the interview session and interview information to the employee. So next we move to individual module 3, which is the process specification. In this process specification, we use the decision tree instead of decision table, because decision tree is more like more observant and more easy for my team, and also for our vision. So yeah, it just stays the same, send resume, and also resume screening, and so there's a if and there's a yes no, which is up and down, as you can see. If it's ends here, and then it just ends here. Then just straightforward the document verify, complete interview arrangement and interview, and if you fail, this is the no side, and also if you pass, then this is yes side until you get accepted. So next we move to the sneak peek of my UI. This is my UI, which I designed it myself. So I'm designing it using Wix. So this is the homepage for my user interface. This is the homepage, and just the homepage. And then the next one, the next UI is the interview reference page, which is the date and time. Uh, this form just shows the how long the interview being recorded for the session. And the next one is just the calendar for the employees to for the employees, my bad, for the applicant to see their calendar, maybe just for uh, reference. And also the next part is the interviewee detail, which is what the interviewee sent will be passed to the interviewee. It means that when the interviewer when the applicant sends the form to the interview, so that they can see their form and also just to evaluate them. So lastly is my self-reflection. Okay, which is my self-reflection. I can see that so far myself, I learned that a lot of things that we are conducting is in real life is mostly accordingly have steps, and also using technologies mostly. And it also have adapt me into myself to become a problem solver, which is I solve a lot of things in terms of documentation and also system, and also understanding the works of system analyst, which is very important for a system analyst to have a eagle eye something, so that they can see even the minor things. And also I'm glad that I have a good teamwork, a good group member, and we all just uh, straightforward on the process, even though through ups and downs together. So the next part is my prototype demo. Okay, now is my prototype demo for this project. So as you can see, this is my prototype, which is I'm using Wix because it's much more easier for me. So the first part is this interview arrangement, which is my module, which is I conducted in this project. So as you can see, there's a automatic date and time, which is the current. As you can see, is the same as my date and time below. And then this is the dashboard that I work on. And if you click date and time, it will bring you to date and time. If you click calendar, it will bring you to calendar. And if you click interview detail, it will bring you to the interview detail. So right now I'm going to show you what's the function. So if I click date and time, it will immediately bring me to the interview, to the date and time page, which is this page. As you can see, this is for the interview reference number. Before the interview session, you will receive a reference number and the name, the name of the interview, date of interview, and also venue, which is maybe online or maybe um, maybe you face to face physical. And there's a duration clock, which is you can start and how long the interview session takes. So we this is the form for the interview, and then I click back home because I need to try every dashboard that I make. So in order to make the prototype more clearer, so this is the calendar dashboard. If I click calendar dashboard, it will bring me to the calendar. Just a simple calendar, which is as the interview can see. So as you can see, if the highlight one, the color is different in the calendar, which means that is the date of right now. So it's the same as the date 25, 25th. So it's just a simple. And then if I click back home, if I click back home, it will bring me to the front page, to the home page. So I just add some quotes on the page to make it more merrier for the applicant, which is not for the applicant and also for the interview. So the next part is for the interview detail. The interview detail, let me click first. Okay, so as you can see, the interviewee detail is where the applicant's form have sent earlier on the first module, which is the applicant job form. So which is they submit it and they put their input here. So they will the interviewee will receive their names, their emails, phone numbers, work experience. Of course, if you want to apply for a job, you need to prove something that you want to work, and also any job position you applied, submission date, and also ideal salary for personal 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 things, and also genders. So in this page, as you can see, uh, it's very important, which is for the interviewee, because they need to evaluate, which is on the next part is the evaluation process, which is my partner take it. So in order to submit this thing for the evaluation, we need to click here to certify, which is the interviewee has viewed the job form from the applicant, and then they just click here and then done. And also emails, and you cannot leave anything behind, like any any space for an empty one. So it's all compulsory, or else you cannot submit on the interview side. So if I click back on the icon here, if I click back here, it will bring me to the front page. So as you can see, it's just a simple interview arrangement prototype demo. So I think that's all for my prototype demonstration on this project. And I hope to have a nice day. I hope you guys have a nice day, and thank you very much.